What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Sports Talk with Bros. I wake up to the news. 2 days in a row now, I'm waking up to news that does not have to do with Philadelphia sports teams or the Sixers, even though we are attacking these guys. And Kawhi Leonard gets moved to Toronto. Now, I'm really not that upset with this one as a Sixers fan. This tells me Brett Brown does not have official word from Kawhi or his team that he would sign here long term, that he would want to stay here if he got traded here. That's what that says to me, because there were reports that the Sixers kind of pulled out, and that's fine. If Brett couldn't get him to commit to us, that's fine. Don't worry about it. Keep the assets and let's move forward. Now for the Toronto Raptors. Let's break this down for what this does for Toronto. I don't really see why. I don't see why they do this trade. I mean, DeMar DeRozan total and a protected first-round pick, and you're getting Danny Green and Kawhi Leonard on a rental. You're breaking up that squad, and there's no key pieces to really keep Kawhi there. You move two of your best assets and the first-rounder. So what do you really have in Toronto right now that screams to Kawhi, I want to stay here, I want to be there? I just don't see it. If he's not going to resign, what the hell did Toronto just do? They just blew it up for nothing. Hell, maybe they're just going for it. Maybe they're like, you know what, we got to take a chance. We need to do something to spark this up. But in a really weak East, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, yeah, Kawhi's great, but he doesn't have that great of a team around him in Toronto right now. Maybe it's a spite thing out of the Spurs. Fine, you want to go to L.A.? You want to go to L.A., Kawhi? Fine, we're sending you to Toronto. You're going to Canada. We're getting you out of the country. I mean, this is just interesting. This would raise my eyebrows if I was a Toronto Raptors fan. It would be different if you kept DeMar. If you have Kyle Lowry, DeMar, Kawhi, you build some type of big three. But I'm sorry, you really don't have anything. I don't see it. I don't see it. But in regards to what the Spurs got for him, would you take DeMar DeRozan total and a first-round pick protected over Dario, Rocco, a 2021 unprotected? You're getting more established players. I mean, DeMar DeRozan's established. And this affects the Sixers once again. Because what did I say? I said, let's attack a DeMar DeRozan. I wanted somebody like that to add to this team, so it's a boost. It's not a blinking superstar, but it's a boost. Well, there goes that, right? There goes that. I'm a little taken back from this one. I just don't see it as a Toronto Raptors organization. I don't see how this move really does anything. Hell, if he stays with Toronto, by all means, very successful. Very. But I don't think they have the type of team, the type of future that screams at Kawhi Leonard and says, stay here. We're going to do big things. Are you afraid of the Toronto Raptors now? When you're looking at this struggling East, does this East say Celtics, Toronto, Sixers? Do the Sixers move down a spot because Toronto gets Kawhi but loses DeMar? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure he's not thrilled to be there. Does that interfere with his play? This is very interesting to me. Very, very, very interesting. Kawhi's got to be pissed. Get him out of the country, pretty much. That's what the Spurs were saying. So the Sixers, going back to that, I mean, we strike out. We strike out on some key guys. But this really does say something to me. I said if we went out and got Kawhi, that's because Brett Brown knew something. That's because Brett Brown knew he was going to stay. So for us to back out and say, you know what, screw this situation, I don't even want to attack it anymore, I have a feeling Brett Brown knew, listen, he's not going to stay. And if he's not going to stay, it's not worth these assets. So, you know, it is what it is, and he moves on to Kawhi. I saw something so funny that was talking about DeMar DeRozan. And it says, it's a picture of his face all confused on the bench. And it says, just when you think you got away from LeBron James. The kryptonite, LeBron James. But I'm sure Popovich can make a hell of a player out of DeMar DeRozan. Even Podol. That guy was a stud. That guy was a stud in college. Nice piece. And you get a first-round pick. I mean, if you're the Spurs, you got a decent return for a one-year rental. You got a decent return for a one-year rental. I feel like I would take that over a Dario Saric, a Covington. So, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. What do you think? Are you unhappy as a Sixers fan? Have you moved on from the Kawhi thing? Like, you know what? It wasn't right because he wasn't going to sign here. Do you think it was a good trade for the Spurs? Do you think it was a good trade for the Toronto Raptors? If you were a Toronto Raptors fan, would you wake up today happy? Would you wake up today thrilled? Because I think he's walking. I don't think they have enough to keep him there. I don't think they have enough excitement, enough buzz around this team for the future to be like, for Kawhi to say, yeah, I like it here. We'll have to see how it all plays out. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, comment down below. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.